Discover how you are the light of the world and how this knowledge transforms your reality. This video takes you on a journey where Neville Goddard reveals the divine power within you. Ready to illuminate your existence? We welcome you to a universe of exploration where the power of imagination is the architect of reality. Discover how connecting with the divine within unleashes the ability to manifest, turning desires into reality. In this video, we will delve into the essence of God as light, love, and spirit, highlighting the crucial importance of consciousness in shaping the desired existence. Prepare for a journey of reflection on the interaction between thought and its materialization, as we embark on the search for genuine divine understanding and the activation of the internal transformative power. Join us in discovering how imagination is capable of creating the desired reality in this detailed analysis of being and the manifestation of being. Now, I invite you to write in the comments, "I am the energy that turns dreams into reality and potentialities into achievements." By issuing I am affirmations, we are reaffirming our identity and aspirations, enhancing and restructuring our mental frameworks, and connecting with our supreme potential. Let's begin. In the first letter of John, chapter 1, this teaching is revealed to us. The message we have heard from him and declare to you is, God is light, in him there is no darkness at all. One might wonder if this statement is symbolic or a concrete reality. Based on my personal experience, I maintain that it is a concrete reality, for God is, in essence, light. The scriptures offer us three powerful statements that define the essence of God. God is light, God is love, and God is spirit. John emphasizes that God is light, a light with no shadow of darkness. Now, I ask you to follow me closely. The pinnacle for humanity is God himself, and God is the revealer. The knowledge that human beings have of themselves emanates from the knowledge about the revealer. The scriptures document what has been revealed about him. As this understanding awakens in you, analyze the scriptures carefully, and you will discover the magnitude of what God has revealed about you. Jesus proclaims, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness but will have the light of life." He is the light that illuminates every human being coming into the world. This is absolutely true. In 1926, at the age of 21, I visited a friend in Larchmont, New York. He managed a club where young people gathered to dance. I chose not to join the group and retired early, lit a candle, and began reading a book. Soon, I lost track of time. When I came to, the sun was high, the candle was still lit, and the open book lay on my chest. I was aware that I had read no more than 1 or 2 pages before falling into a deep sleep, as the book remained untouched for a long period, perhaps 10 to 12 hours. I awoke feeling confused, my body seemed paralyzed, but I was conscious of having returned from an experience where I saw myself as an immense sea of vibrant, fluid, and living light. There was nothing beyond me. I was the light of the universe, and there was nothing and no one beyond me, no planet, no sun, no moon, just a vast sea of light, and I was the light of the world. Therefore, I can affirm from direct experience, I am the light of the world. When God awakens within you, and he will awaken, you too will recognize that you are those who are the light of the world. If God is light, then you are also God. After that revelation in you, all the statements made in the scriptures about God will begin to manifest from within outward, like the blossoming of a tree. You will know that God is love, for you will find yourself in the presence of an infinite love that embraces you and merges into one with that being. I, as a human being and man, have recognized that an infinite love resides at my core. From the moment I was enveloped by this love, I have known no other sensation beyond that warmth enveloping my being. As we converse now, I am aware that I am only wearing a tiny part of who I am, just a small spark of the vastness of my fiery being. Through my own experiences, I have understood that during sleep, I attend and teach more than I do in the waking state. In that state, I transcend the world of dreams into a realm of spiritual awakening through thoughts, imaginations, and visions that I receive, perceiving them as inflamed projections of my own fiery being. This same being of love is awakening within each one of us. When that revelation occurs, for a moment we become the new light of the world. However, that light does not reside in this earthly plane but beyond the world of dreams, for here, the one who understands being the light of the world is always rejected. He came to that which was his own, but his own did not receive him, even his own brothers doubted him. At this level, history repeats itself, but when God awakens within your being, you understand who you truly are, and when the world invites you to sleep, you transcend the world of dreams, entering into spiritual awakening, and from your fiery being, you send your mental darts towards those you wish to awaken, so they may accept the message of redemption. Allow me to narrate an extraordinary experience that was told to me. In this lady's dreams, I found myself at the epicenter of a raised platform, surrounded by crowds with various afflictions. As I imparted teachings, one after another was healed and left. She observed a statue of the Virgin carved in marble or stone, which came to life and danced with joy upon hearing my words. This moves me deeply. A few weeks later, she dreamed again. I was the doctor of a hospital where no surgeries were performed nor medications administered. Everyone simply came to me and was healed. At that moment, she expressed, "I wish such a hospital existed." I must tell you that no, it does not exist in this plane, not in any way. This is a world of instructed darkness, where we, infinite beings, enter with a purpose. However, only a minimal fraction of our eternal self is manifested here. It's what we perceive in this plane. You are an infinite being, for you are part of God. We are all God, but here we manifest only a small portion of the vastness of our fiery being. And because, ultimately, we are one, when someone awakens and overcomes the world of dreams, they shoot their mental arrows to ignite the flame, so that everything said about Jesus Christ, the incarnation of God in the Scriptures, is lived. When this happens in you, there is no need for a New Testament or recognition at this level. Recognition is not sought, for it was not granted before. Even his own brothers did not believe in him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. On this plane, history repeats itself, but when God awakens within you, you know your true identity. And when the world invites you to sink into sleep, you overcome the world of dreams, entering into spiritual awakening, and from your fiery being, you send your mental arrows towards those you wish to awaken, so they may receive the message of redemption. So much is spoken of light in the Scriptures. It illuminates every individual who comes into this world, for without its spark, no one could breathe or exist. God has truly manifested in us so that we could evolve and become God, awakening and growing in everyone. Someday you will understand that you are completely light, then completely love, and finally, completely spirit. This is something no mortal eye can witness, for although your divine birth is not revealed in this world, the witnesses to this event are mortal. They observe the sign of your arrival, but cannot see it, for you are spirit. They refer to you as though you were absent, speaking of you in awe. How can he be born? Yet, you welcome that sign into your arms and embrace it fondly. That is the sign of your spiritual birth, another revelation that God is, indeed, spirit. Understanding that God is love and light, when your spiritual birth is revealed, you will have lived the three definitions of God. Thus, even confined to this small part of yourself, you will instruct and help others in this world. This reflects the omnipresent and omnipotent nature of God, manifesting through us in acts of love, enlightenment, and spirituality. It reminds us that, although we may seem limited by our physical existence, we are actually infinite beings with the potential to reflect divine light in everything we do. This understanding transforms our perception of the world and ourselves. We no longer perceive ourselves as isolated beings, struggling alone through the darkness. Instead, we recognize our intrinsic connection to the divine source, a light that never extinguishes, a love that never fails, and a spirit that transcends the limitations of the material world. Every act of kindness, every moment of understanding, every instance of true connection with another being is a manifestation of that inner divinity. Therefore, this path of spiritual awakening is not only about reaching a heightened state of individual consciousness, it's also about how that internal transformation can influence the world around us. By becoming beacons of light, love, and spirit, we have the power to dispel the shadows, not just in our own lives, but also in the lives of those around us. Avoid seeking applause or recognition, simply continue imparting your teachings every night. As you immerse yourself in sleep, you will overcome the realm of dreams and enter the territory of spiritual awakening. You will project your fiery darts into the consciousness of those accompanying you. You will shake them from their slumber, and they, in turn, will awaken just as you awoke. At a certain point on your path, you encountered this narrative, and while you were asleep, someone who had intimately known God launched a dart into your mind, igniting your spirit and awakening God within you. We are the same being, for in God there are no differences of creed or color. We discuss the duality of darkness and light, but is darkness something tangible or merely the absence of something? A hole in a sock, is it something or simply the lack of a part of the sock? I refer to the authentic light, a light that vibrates, pulses, and is alive, unrelated to skin color. I dress in all colors, black, yellow, pink, and red. I am no greater in one outfit than in another. In Christ, there is no difference between Greek or Jew, slave or free, male or female. God is one in all and awakens in all, and when this happens, everything proclaimed by Jesus Christ is lived. Someday, after having played your main role, you too will close your eyes and leave this world. By skillfully shooting your arrows, those who heard and believed in you will awaken. They may forget you, but in the grand design of things, that is irrelevant, as the eternal narrative is inscribed in the gospel. At this moment, you can start here and now to realize any dream. Let me assure you, you will live the life you are visualizing. So, visualize carefully. Even if you imagine something wonderful, no matter how grand, I assure you it does not compare to your true self. Nothing in this world compares to the magnificence of your true self. This tangible world is just a small fraction of your infinite being, but while you are here, dream nobly, imagine grand dreams, for you can materialize everything if you are willing to visualize it. Begin now to see yourself as the man or woman you wish to be, and, regardless of what happens in the future, if you persist in the belief that you are already who you wish to be, you will become that reality in this material world. Everything in this existence will end, yes, but why not take advantage of your creative power? Thus, you will discover the hidden power within you, realizing that you can invoke seemingly impossible things simply by the act of assuming their existence. If you dare to act and persist in acting as if it were true and make it a fact, then you will discover the truth of your creative power. This promise you will have to accept by faith. I speak from experience, it is the truth. I have lived the fact that God is love, the fact that God is the Father. Who would have imagined that someone born in 1905 and my friend here tonight in 1911, without social, intellectual, or financial education, would live the fact of being the Father, the Godfather? That Son of God, David, who declared, "I will proclaim the decree of the Lord, you are my Son, today I have begotten you." He is our Son. Who would think that we, born in the 20th century, would be the father of someone who supposedly lived in 1000 BC, when we do not remember beyond that moment in time? I can remember up to my 3rd year of age in my memory, but both of us return to the same memory and remember someone who lived 3000 years ago. We know by experience that we are the ones who declare, "You are my Son, today I have begotten you." We know we are the immortal being who assumed mortality to prove our own infinite power, becoming only a small part of it. After having played the various roles we agreed to represent, fatherhood once again became part of our consciousness, and David revealed himself to us and called us Father. This emotion is destined for everyone. Thus, when my friend witnessed that healing, she did so accurately, because in 1946 I was lifted and sang like a celestial choir, "Neville has risen, Neville has risen." Everyone in me was perfected in harmony with the perfection emanating from within me. This destiny is intended for everyone in this world where, in the end, we all merge into one being, yet without losing our individual identity. There is a friendship, and as with friends, you accept the existence of the other. Therefore, the name of God is plural, it is a unity composed of others. When you and I deliberately enter the state called Abraham, we were assured with certainty, your descendants will be strangers in a land not their own and will be enslaved there for 400 years, then they will come out with great possessions. 400 is the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet, whose symbol is a cross. Now, crucified in a physical body, you are enslaved by it and must carry out all the normal and natural functions, whether you are king or servant. This is not an escape. Someday, I, who am God, will release you from this state and this slavery, extending myself. It was God who made the decision and God who executes it. In this fascinating world, we are reminded in Psalm 82, I have said, you are gods, you are all sons of the Most High, but you will die like mere mortals, you will fall like every other ruler. If you are a ruler, your progenitor can be none other than a monarch. In leaving the Father to enter the land of forgetfulness, our memory was extinguished. Falling as a single being, but upon returning, we become monarchs, for we return as the Father. Now, O sons of the Most High, the last gift of God to us is Himself, since God is love, God is spirit, and God is light, and you are destined to live everything that Jesus Christ affirmed in the Gospel. Do not try to modify the Bible, leave it as it is. It surprises me, though it does not disturb me, to see how the great scholars interpret it today. Encountering the word light, I was astounded at the scholars' interpretations, who considered it a metaphor. They could not accept that the word should be interpreted literally, so they gave it multiple meanings. They are brilliant minds of their time, knowledgeable in ancient language, but without direct experience. I assure you that the scriptures are indeed literal. All the commandments of Jesus Christ must be taken literally, as they will be lived literally in a dimension so far removed from what is known or imaginable by man here, that it is impossible even to conceive, but God makes it reality there, and you will know that you are the main character of the scriptures. At this moment, focus on what I have shared with you tonight. You will discover that this will bring extraordinary results. You will reach the point where you know your desire has materialized, then you will exhale and say, thank you, Father, aware of being the Father, yet you can refer to Him as another, but as a being intimately united with you. He who sent me is with me, He has never left me alone. If you see me, you see the one who sent me. For we are one. I and the Father are one. It is possible to have a desire, give thanks for it, and wait for its manifestation in this world, and so it shall be. The same lady who mentioned the healing also said, I wanted to see Bergman. So, I contacted agencies and friends I believed had connections. I made every human effort possible to obtain a ticket, to no avail. Frustrated with myself, I simply visualized that I was in the audience, watching the show and enjoying it. Days later, a friend from New York called to ask if we could meet, as he would be in town after Bergman's performance. This lady, specifically without a ticket, when we arrived, found seats available, normally out of reach or reserved for certain privileged individuals. This narrative exemplifies the power of imagination and how, by embodying in our consciousness the desired state, external circumstances can be reorganized to materialize that desire. It is a testament to the principle that we are architects of our reality, not through exterior effort, but through the internal transformation of our consciousness. On this path of awakening to our authentic divine identity, we understand that we are not separate from God nor our fellow beings. God, as love, spirit, and light, constitutes the essence of our deepest being. By recognizing this truth, we free ourselves from the limitations imposed by our mistaken perceptions of separation and duality. Our spiritual journey is, therefore, a return to our original state of unity with God, where we recognize that we are co-creators with Him. By consciously assuming the power that resides in us, we can manifest in the material realm what we wish to live, always in harmony with divine love and wisdom.